Hello everyone, Assistant Narrator Richardson signing in. And we don't know a lot about death. I can't wait to see research of where the soul goes or, the energy. It's a really cool thing to look into. Anyway, let's start, shall we? Item number SCP-6072. Object class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-6072 currently remains uncontained. Its proper localization and anchoring using Scranton Reality Anchors in cooperation with Site-88 personnel due to their experience with humanoid anomalies is to be considered top priority for Site-120 personnel. All potential manifestation reports are to be immediately investigated. All Foundation personnel matching SCP-6072's manifestation criteria are to be placed within anti-ontokinetic spaces for the duration of their potential death, preventing the entity's manifestation. Description: SCP-6072 is a predatory entity with no consistent form nor appearance, emitting a constant output of Level 4 TRE, Tartarian radiation energy, and minor amounts of Akiva radiation, similar to that of a non-worshipped deity, similar in magnitude to the Redacted per 05 order entity found within SCP-5572 Prime. Research regarding those similarities is ongoing. SCP-6072 displays predatory behavior, only targeting individuals exhibiting one or more of the following traits due to hunting ease: age above 60, severe loneliness, life in relative poverty, highly unstable life, bad health condition, both physical and mental, lack of many truly close relatives or friends to rely on for potential protection, inability to maintain romantic relationships. All individuals near which SCP-6072 manifests are found dead within 2 to 5 minutes of exposure. In 100% of cases, the cause of death was determined to be a disease previously undiagnosed in an extreme state. The entity will never leave its prey until it's confirmed dead, always awaiting near it until the disease kills the subject, not infrequently checking for life signs on people it hunts. How SCP-6072 is able to manifest them within the organism of its prey in such an advanced state remains unknown. SCP-6072 possesses virtually unlimited teleportation and shapeshifting capabilities. Despite this, the entity utilizes this ability solely to manifest near its prey, which it hunts constantly. It has never been noted to appear anywhere else other than near individuals it wishes to eliminate. Most manifestations follow the formula of the entity taking the form of standard humans within the area it manifests in, frequently choosing the form of a close relative of the person it wishes to hunt. Upon detecting a potential victim, the entity will stop at nothing to achieve its goal. It has even been noted to bypass previously thought to be impenetrable anti-ontokinetic spaces. Current hypothesis hold the entity is a pain-consuming Tartarian, prolonging its life through the murder of others. Though this theory is backed up by examples of pre-modern era civilizations interacting with it. See discovery and historical context. Whether it's true remains unknown. Discovery and historical context. SCP-6072 had been known to the Foundation in one form or another ever since its founding in 1870, initially suspected to be numerous other anomalies. Following over 150 years of continued appearance, it had been fully researched and classified as SCP-6072. However, despite the Foundation only possessing data about it for 165 years, research has revealed numerous records taken from all around the world throughout numerous centuries regarding the world's cultures and their interactions with the entity. The following is a select few of the most important ones. For a full list of SCP-6072 manifestations throughout history, request access to Site-120's General Razor Chairman, James Moore. Timeframe of manifestations: unknown, most likely 1800 to 1700 BC. Location of manifestations: Egypt. Manifestation details: due to the extremely poor state of most of society at the time, SCP-6072 was able to claim extreme amounts of victims, directly responsible for the belief in Resheth, a god of disease, spawning it wherever he came. Timeframe of manifestations: unknown, most likely 400 to 300 BC. Location of manifestations: Mesopotamia. Manifestation details: due to the highly politically unstable timeframe of its manifestation, SCP-6072 was able to exploit it to hunt numerous victims before being noticed. Inspired the myth of Era, a god of war and disease, coming for the weak to take them to the kingdom of the dead. Timeframe of manifestations: unknown, most likely 400 to 700. Location of manifestations: Central and Eastern Europe. Manifestation details: SCP-6072's numerous manifestations most likely inspired the Masurian myth of white peoples, a gnome-like race of demons responsible for human diseases, bringing them upon the weak and old. Timeframe of manifestations: the Edo period, 1603 to 1867. Location of manifestations: Japan. Manifestation details: despite the relative peace and economical stability of the era, SCP-6072 was still noted to manifest due to the chaos and instability of the era directly before it, causing many poorer regions, though the manifestations were visibly less and less frequent as the era went on. Most likely inspired the Japanese myth of the Shinigami, death gods bringing weak humans death, carrying their souls to the afterlife. Timeframe of manifestations: 1890 to 1923. Location of manifestations: Siberia. Due to the highly unstable health and physical wealth of Ket people in that region, caused numerous attempts at Russification by the Russian authorities of the time. SCP-6072 was able to hunt much more frequently within the area. Further research regarding the culture suggests the entity was responsible for the myth of the Chozodom goddess, a deity responsible for cursing humans with disease and devouring their souls afterwards. Addendum 6072-2. The following log is the only available recording of SCP-6072 interacting with any of its victims, as well as the only manifestation event which the Foundation was able to witness. Log 9th of the 12th, 2035-1. Date 9th of the 12th, 2035. Forward. The following video was taken from one of the cameras within Vanguard Research and Preservation Site 120's medical ward. At that time, Dr. Ethan McCarthy Jr., one of the 5 members of Site 120's Director Council, last member of the McCarthy family, a multi-generational family long serving the Foundation, all other members either lost in action or dead due to age, was being hospitalized due to a lung health problem, discovered the day prior. Begin log. SCP-6072 manifests outside of the medical room, taking the form of Dr. McCarthy, Dr. McCarthy Jr.'s father, who was dead since the 28th of the 3rd, 1984. From personal testimonies, it's been deducted that the man was Dr. McCarthy Jr.'s only person he considered close to himself. The doctor is laying in a medical bed, sleeping. SCP-6072 enters the room. The glass doors behind it shut, and their closing sound wakes up the doctor, who blinks twice and puts on his glasses. Located at the nightstand, he notices SCP-6072 and gets visibly uneased. Dad? SCP-6072 doesn't respond Coming closer to the doctor's bed, it pulls a chair from one of the nearby tables and sits near the doctor, who starts to cry. Is that you? SCP-6072 nods. At that time, personnel stationed outside of the ward notice the entity within and start to attempt to open the doors. Upon failing to do so, they start to notify security, banging at the glass walls for the doctor to notice the entity. He doesn't respond nor notice them. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. As tears go down the doctor's face, the entity comes closer and touches his face with its hand. Outside the room, site security appear, trying to enter the room via force. They are unsuccessful even upon what should normally break both the glass walls and the door. Neither the doctor nor the entity react in any way to them. I knew I had told you I wouldn't smoke. I'm so sorry. SCP-6072 touches the doctor's hand in a calm expression. The other starts to violently cough, trying to hide it with his arm. The entity smiles slightly and touches his hand with its other hand. The coughing stops for a second. I didn't know how to deal with your and David's deaths. I'm so sorry. McCarthy Jr. starts to cry profusely again, stopping all speech. The doctor's phone located on the nightstand starts to ring with an emergency tone. He doesn't notice it. He again starts to cough, this time visibly coughing blood. Shh, don't worry. It's fine. I'm here, and I'm proud of you. Don't worry at all. I don't want to go, Dad. I don't want to die. I'm not ready to. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. I don't want to go. Dad, I don't. The entity shushes him, giving the doctor a hug. They sit in that position for 2 minutes, with McCarthy Jr. sobbing violently. The entity shushes him again. Shh. Mum and David are proud of you too. Don't worry. We're here for you. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Shh. It's fine. The entity hugs the doctor again. Upon finishing the gesture, McCarthy Jr. lays down on his bed. I think The doctor closes his eyes. He no longer expresses sadness nor pain. I'm proud of you. SCP-6072 demanifests. Though Dr. McCarthy Jr. ceases all movement, an expression of happiness can be seen on his face. End log. Closing statement. Following SCP-6072's demanifestation, Dr. McCarthy Jr. was found dead at the age of 85, within the hospital ward. Post-mortem analysis revealed it was caused by a previously undiagnosed lung cancer. The disease was entirely unanomalous, believed following further research to have been within Dr. McCarthy Jr. for at least 3 prior years, mainly due to his long-lasting smoking addiction and poor work ethic. Following further research, it was discovered SCP-6072 does not cause any of the diseases found within its victims, not being responsible for their deaths. The TER previously thought to be emitted from it was in actuality simply the byproduct of experiencing human deaths for a prolonged period of time. Further investigation, potential reclassification, and file rewrite of SCP-6072 remains pending. And that's the end of the document. So I guess it kind of is death, but not actually causing the deaths. I need to see them pass on. Ugh. That's something. At least the doctor passed away peacefully. and happy. Makes you think. Anyway, that's it. Goodbye. Hello everyone, Creepy Otter here. Just a few words. I want to say a huge thank you to Ralliston for writing this SCP. It's really good. So you can find their details in the description below. If you want to support me financially, then go to my Ko-fi. The link is in the description below. And if you donate, you can get your name read out in future videos. Also, you will get your donation read out on a weekly live stream that I'm going to do. So yeah, also my Twitter is in the description if you want to see updates and stuff like that. So talking about my Ko-fi, we have our first donator, so thank you to Saab 9-3 for your support. See you in the next video. Goodbye.